This is a closer look to Malaysia. This is once again the deforestation map. We probably mentioned those figures already, and go through this quickly. So from 2000 to 2017, Malaysia has lost 7.3 million hectares of its tree cover. But it was on a high, you came from a very high level of forest cover. And I was just in the forestry department. They were telling me that the objective is to rest at 50% forest cover in Malaysia, which is a high figure for all countries. If all other countries would have 50%, I would be glad. Well, here's just the figures once again. How much did we have? Okay. Then we had a strive for sustainable production with all kinds of certifications going on. We probably will talk about this more detailed later in the discussion. Certification is always sold as a mean. You can get more money for your product, but in the long run, everybody's certified and you get the same money and you pay for the certification. But this is sort of a rule. But certification, I think, is needed to have standards, so we have equal standards, equal production costs at all levels. This would be a global wish. And but reality, we had in forestry for the wood, we had about 30 years now. We have certifications like FSC or PAFC, and but not all of them are certified, and we see a lot of countries undermining these sustainable conditions. And actually in Germany all forests are certified and we get less money than ever. This is the figures. 2.83 million production of palm oil are certified, and this relates to 14 million tons of produced palm oil. So I don't want to treat you with all the figures. Now let's look take a look at the environmental impacts. And WWF has worked on an important conservation project here for saving endangered species. We have in your forests here in Malaysia and Indonesia, we have very rare mammals, which are important to save. And so Malaysia has, I think, done a good job together with WWF for scientific research, for policy work with the government, environmental education. We just saw at the forestry department how many hectares are protected for wildlife or other reasons and means. And we have a strong public awareness programs going on. I don't know how far it is into the population already, the thoughts of conservation. Probably I will learn here a lot today about palm oil and public awareness of environmental protection. And it's always good to be on the ground and see the reality rather than just read newspapers in Europe. So I think it has been good work done by WWF in Malaysia. And I come to the next point. This is sort of a wrap up. The loss of forest as a natural economic asset is a global problem. And probably it would be in Malaysia as well if we do not come to a stop of forest cover loss. If you lose forest, you lose resilience against climate change. And we have this global climate change. This is something we cannot deny, and we all have to work together and keep those forests which are remaining in this world. This is what I'm fighting for. Keep those forests we still have. Otherwise, climate will change even faster. And I think we need more forests. We need afforestation to catch the carbon dioxide which is already in the air. So with the forest diminishing, we have a loss of biodiversity and have in general a poor rural development, which do not prevent children from starving. This is sort of a conclusion. So what development do we want? Of course, we want to develop the world with the SDGs. The world has come up with a general conclusion that everybody, all the states have signed, or most of the states have signed the SDG 2030 agenda. And I think this is a good plan for the planet. Thank you very much.